Today on Cooperative 2, it takes place seconds after the last game, where we go into the second mission of the initiative.
You are watching Co-op for Two. I'm Jesse. I'm here with Greg.
Thanks for having me on the channel.
We're going to play Chapter 2 of the initiative, but before we start, let's, as always, go down to the table and learn how to play. In the initiative, you and your fellow kid detectives break codes, unravel mysteries, and learn the value of friendship over the course of a 15-game campaign. It's a cooperative game for 1 to 4 players. You'll play at least 15 chapters before you finish the campaign, and each game will take you from 30 to 60 minutes. It has low complexity rules, but will require some light to medium puzzle solving skills. Mechanics include hand management, spatial navigation, variable player powers, mathematical puzzles, campaign play, narrative storytelling, surprises, and consumable components. You will begin each game by choosing one of 4 different character roles and reading a new page from a continuing comic book story. A mission setup card for the current chapter will show you how to lay out the face-down tokens on the board and contain a hidden, coded question that you will have to reveal and solve before time runs out. Each chapter mission may also introduce new components and new rules. Players have a hand of 4 cards ranging in value from 1 to 12. Taking an action requires playing increasingly higher numbers on each action deck. As an action deck gets higher, play becomes more difficult until players are forced to perform a regroup action to reset the deck. Players also each have a role with a special power that is triggered by discarding 2 arbitrary cards. On each turn, a player performs 1 or 2 actions. Basic actions available to the players include moving, gathering nearby tokens, and revealing distant tokens. Players collect tokens from the board in order to gradually reveal the hidden symbols in the mystery question. Reveal enough symbols and you just might be able to figure out the question on the mission card and then deduce the answer to the puzzle. But beware turning over trap tokens, which may slow you down and cause an early end of the game. At any time during the game, the players may try to guess the answer to the question posed on the mission card, even if they haven't revealed all of the symbols in the question. The deck of resource cards represents the game clock. After the first pass through the deck, special clock cards are added and shuffled in. If the 3rd clock symbol is ever drawn, the game ends instantly in a loss. Due to time constraints, you won't always be able to see the entire question before you have to make a difficult decision about whether to guess the answer early or push your luck and try to uncover one last symbol before sudden death is triggered. At the end of most missions, you'll be instructed to read a page in the comic book story, which may vary depending on whether you've won or lost the mission. And keep a close eye on everything. Scattered throughout the components are additional mysteries, clues, and surprises.
So that was a bit of a deja vu for anybody that watched the first one, because it's the same footage. So you didn't understand my reference a moment ago, which is that it's like those movies where, the movie ends and then the sequel takes place like moments after the first one. Mm-hmm. Like Halloween 2, the original Halloween 2 is like that same moment, or Ray Redemption 2 takes place right on the heels. So I like those movies when it's like, no time has passed. That could just be one movie. And so we literally stopped playing the one, reset for the second mission, and now we're playing it again. So it's sort of like seconds later for us.
For us, it was seconds later.
Yeah.
For the audience, we don't know.
We don't know. Could be years.
All right, so we're Chapter 2. We've set it up according to the rules. We've got a new mystery here. It says, unscramble these letters to spell the name of an object. What is it? And then here's going to be our question and our answer. And the rules say...
Wait, what?
Unscramble these letters to spell the name of an object.
Isn't that the object, or what? What does that mean? That's confusing.
Well, as I understand it... Is there going to be stuff under here? The game says when there's a answer part, when there's a question and answer, you only have to get the answer right, not the question, is what it says.
Wow. But it probably helps to know that information.
Yeah, it's a little confusing.
Okay, well,
that says.
maybe we can take a look in a few moments when we have them.
Okay, so let's read our chapter 2 introduction. You're giving us our... Okay, so chapter 2, read page 2. So here we go with page 2. By the way, on our first mission, we got this card tapped to our door. It says, I know you, I know your secrets. Nothing remains hidden forever. Mr. Tuez, 18 Halpon Street. And look, there is this guy in this car. Maybe that's him.
Watching us.
Okay.
You know what I just realized? Like, I wonder if, like, there will be clues in the pictures and
Yeah,
stuff.
I think we're going to have to watch this for sure.
This might be more interesting than I thought.
So, chapter 2, she's getting a vision in her head. Like, she's hearing voices. Jenny, someone
Can
knows.
I say, is this like the fears of, like, people when they were like, Dungeons and Dragons is satanic? Is that what
Someone knows. Your friends will soon find out that you're a lying snake. Jenny? You didn't see this creep out there, did you? No, there was no one. You want to read some of this?
I was wondering if you were going to give me the opportunity. Who is it, Mr. Tuesday? Who is it? Mr. Tuesday, anyway? What is that?
Who is Mr. Tuesday, anyway? What does he want?
Maybe you should have read it.
It's pronounced Tuez.
Yeah, okay.
And it's probably just Tommy Jones messing with us. Let's forget it.
Tommy Jones. That jerk, well, we can't let him ruin our fun. Let's play another game.
I can do one more, but then I should study for my history test.
You don't need that.
You don't need to study for your history test?
I do love history, by the way.
Okay, so I don't see any clues, but it's creepy that she's hearing voices.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Play mission 2 now. Okay? So we're taking the same characters?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, and we get to decide. Okay, I've got some very low cards, some very low cards, and some very high cards.
I have some pretty high cards.
So I should go first, since I have the low cards.
All right, first of all, they are in different stacks here, amounts. So I was thinking, now if we look at this, there are no repeating figures.
Yes, and we don't see anything, so...
So maybe I should set myself up somewhere where I have, this is not good because this is only one item, right? This, I can only reach 2 rooms. This has 3, but it's again only 1 and 2. There's really no great spots for me to be. In fact, I should just stay where I am and just gather. Do my special power. That's what I'm gonna do. I like it. Yeah. So you do whatever you want. Actually, I should go first then if I'm gonna sit here and just reveal this.
I have good low cards.
But I'm gonna discard them to here.
And then what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna do it twice. Really? I'm gonna reveal this.
4 cards twice. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
okay,
I love
do
it.
that.
Wait.
That's not a bad idea.
Oh, but it's only I'll do 1, 2, 3.
Because that's only got one.
And just
but
1,
still,
2.
You
think that's still pretty good?
Yeah, I do think it's still worth it.
All right, so I'm gonna do 2.
There is some strategy in this game.
To do. Oops, sorry. It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And guess what?
You don't have to use that trap. Was it 2 traps? What was the other
2
trap?
traps. It was a surveillance. It was the run and the surveillance.
It's interesting because we use all of the tokens on every game. It feels like knowing how many of each there are would really help us.
Yeah. Do you want to leave them over?
Yeah, I do.
Maybe make them into certain piles so that we can see like useful, not useful.
So, and your ability explicitly says any
or
trap,
just put them off the camera so they can't see.
any trap gets discarded, right?
Yeah. Choose up to 3 nearby rooms. Reveal 1 clue token in each. Discarding any traps you reveal. Ignore their effects.
That's fantastic.
Why don't we have you tell you what your character does? Since we forgot that since we started seconds after the last game.
My special ability is brute force on Brock Standard. So I spend 2 cards. I pick one of these and I use its ability, even if there's a token on it, and then I discard the top card and any tokens on it. So it's clear as a place. But it gives us a way to there's no way to clear cards from regroup except for this power.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, I spoke when you were talking. Your special power is quite potent, but it does burn through cards. Pretty good. Not yours, but both of ours.
Yes.
And I just noticed it does show 2 cards like that. So that's pretty good to remind you. Okay, so I'm gonna do this again.
Okay.
So this one and this one. So that's gone, but I don't have another connecting.
It's sort of a mixed blessing when you turn over those traps because on one hand you get rid of them,
and on the other hand I get rid of them.
and on the other hand there aren't things there for us to go
Oh,
get.
sure.
Okay,
I
so
mean, my
this
power
is
is
not
pretty-
in the
pretty dope.
thing, so we just throw it away.
Why don't you make a pile here? There you
Okay.
go.
It doesn't matter where you put it. Greg's going to want it on the other side. If I put it here, Greg would say, why don't you put it up there, out of the way?
That's why it's comp for 2.
This is also not in there. I'm going to put that over here. Is that all right, Greg?
Yeah, that's good.
Or you want it a little
Okay,
bit
so
higher?
so I will grant you that I might be a little more controlling about it, but I do think that the silver lining is that like I do keep the things tidy to be looked at.
No doubt about it. I'm complaining,
does
but
come-
I appreciate it.
it does
if
come
there
with
was
some-
2 of me, it wouldn't work. The game would be just a total mess.
So I guess you got to put up with my little nitpicks, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Yeah, which I apologize for.
Okay. We're just teasing. We're just teasing each other. Okay.
Somebody's coming in. Let's try this new channel. They're playing the initiative. Man, these two hate each other.
Okay.
We got Impossible
drew up
Burgers,
to
by the way.
4?
That's a callback to the.
Boy, we're going to someday get endorsement from Burger King.
All right.
You know why we're never going to get
I've got low cards, by the way.
Okay. You know why we're never going to get an endorsement for Burger King? Do you remember the first time you mentioned Impossible Burger? I cut in the video from the guy saying, like, every time Burger King gets it worse and worse.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
okay.
hilarious.
He's good.
Couldn't find that.
I
Was
forget what his name is.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got low cards, and you've saved us from that.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to go pick up.
Okay, so first of all,
Wait a minute. Whoa. This is on the map. Where was this from?
what?
This is on the map.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I don't remember because
It doesn't really
there was
matter.
one
They're
here.
one away from us. Yeah.
It does matter.
I mean, there's one there, one there, one
It
there.
was-
But I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Oh my
We have
god.
no reason to prefer it one place or another.
Okay, so
It's
I'm
not
gonna.
the end of the world.
I'm gonna. How do I do this?
Roll the die. 1, 2,
I
3.
don't have a die.
The dice
die.
that are up there.
I see one.
By the way,
1, 2,
I
3,
take-
4, 5, 6.
okay.
1.
Okay, so I have to take blame for causing that problem because I'm probably the one that says that symbol wasn't there.
You
But
are,
on
in
the
fact.
other hand, I'm the one who saved us from throwing it away and not realizing that it's out there.
You're the one who
by my
saved us.
system that said put them over here even when we discard them just so we can check.
I'll give
So
you
I caused the problem, but
And
then
you
my
solved the problem.
system solved it.
Yeah, that's good. Actually, that's very good. And you sell it. So you took credit for the good and the bad. So I'm happy with that.
Not only that, I take more credit for the good part than the bad part of that.
I have low cards. Your turn. Although you should move to a place. So I'm not going to move here. I'm gonna move somewhere where I can do that action some more. Right. So if I'm here, that's not really that. If this is 2, this is 2. So I'll probably go like here and just do that multiple times. Yeah. So maybe let me come down here.
Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and take these.
I love it.
Okay, especially since I have ones.
Perfect. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's not me. Is that okay to move it?
Yeah. And then a 1 together.
Oh yeah. I'll let you take it. I don't know. I'm trying to facilitate, but
Okay, so there's a trap, which is going to make me lose something. We'll tell in a second. And here is a real thing.
but,
So-
you did. Oh, you did gather.
I did
Sorry.
gather.
Wait, hold on. But what does this one do?
Okay.
Firstly,
Yeah, okay.
because I think you revealed that first. We should be careful. To
I don't
reveal.
think it matters because they all have effect. Okay,
Oh.
keep this in the room. At the end of your turn, you must discard 1 card from the top of the resource deck for each security camera in your room before you draw cards. So it'll stay there,
Sure.
but
That's
only if you
end your turn, which you have to now.
end your turn. Okay.
That's okay. It's not.
So that's fine. We'll just
That's
never.
kinda
It's
cool.
just a one-time.
I kind of
thing.
like that it's a little
Uh-huh.
security thing.
All right, so we got this.
Now you can look at it because you
That's
did.
real.
I thought you revealed, not gathered.
It's an M. Spell the name of an object. Okay.
This is not needed. That's needed.
Okay.
All right, you're done. Drawing up.
Yes. So
Oh, first we burn one. Discard it.
at the end of your turn, discard 1 before you draw your cards. Okay.
There you
So
go.
I still get my full hand of 4. That's nice.
My turn.
Yep.
Okay, as discussed. I
Hold on,
should
but
have-
first, this is like Cahoots where we don't know
sure.
what the rule is about when to talk. I have pretty high cards.
Okay, I have very low cards.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 for one action, right? And I'm gonna play.
Whoa. I played this.
I know, I'm playing this now.
Oh, you haven't put it down yet.
Sure,
Okay.
sorry. So for the 2,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to do my power, right? Which we agree is useful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is
If
it,
you
or
can-
should I just pick?
I
Because I
think-
can avoid the traps.
I think being
Because
able
the
to avoid
traps
those
coming out
traps.
means we have to go to regroup. I mean, it's just a big hassle.
Uh-huh. I'll tell you another reason to do it on these 3s, because like on the 2 I walk in, I take them both. If it's a bad thing, I'm only going to be there 1 turn. But if you find a trap and there's still a hidden thing underneath it, that's a pain in the ass to get. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm just wondering. Yeah, whatever. I'm just going to do this. I think they've intentionally made this now so that like I cannot sit anywhere and soak things up that easily.
You can only do these 2, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying like that's worth it.
Well, you
'Cause
could
no
try
other-
picking up these 2 instead. I don't know. You know what you should... a good way to think about it, this game does have some decisions. Like, if you've got cards you want to throw away, like they don't fit, then use your power. But if you've got cards that are useful,
if I bring
don't
out
use your
a
power.
trap,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then like we got to clear it away.
Well, if you pick it up...
And
you
then
pick
if
these
I
2
reveal
up,
them like I did before and there's nothing we want, then who cares? I'm doing that.
Sure.
I'm getting rid of 2 cards.
Are they bad cards you don't want?
They're not,
If
not
they're like
bad.
great cards, then you should do this gather and get those 2. Like if you had a 2,
Oh,
don't
okay.
throw away a 2.
I'll do that and then I can reveal them next time since you're nowhere near us anyway.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to do a gather. I'll gather
Yeah,
what's in my room.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And it's these 2.
Okay, let's see what
I'll
we
let
got.
you decide whether
Okay,
we
so
have-
that one's in there, and this one is not.
Mhm. So the
Okay.
knot's up top. There you go.
That's up top, and
It's an A, and it's all. We already decided nothing's repeating, right?
Yep.
Okay. Good.
okay. Okay.
Okay. So that was my 2 actions. Well, yeah, I moved into it. Okay. That was a good point, though, Jesse. That like having good cards means
Yeah,
maybe not.
don't.
Since I was going to do this action anyway, next turn I could do it just as easily.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Okay. Now I've got some bad cards. That's a little tricky, and this is too soon to do
It's
this.
not useful. Well, not necessarily. Yeah, because
But
look at
I've
this.
got bad cards. Okay, so I think.
Well, I don't. It's okay because I'm just going to do my special power then. So just put some higher cards, and then actually, if you put higher cards, you'll be able to use your power to get rid of them.
Yes, I will. But wow, that's a dangerous. Yeah. Okay. I mean, moving and gathering is not a bad idea, but I would be spoiling those 2
That's fine because then you could just do your power. You know I'm going to do this anyway, right? I'm just going to do that twice, right?
All right, let's try it and see what happens. I'm a little hesitant about it, but okay, I'm going to move with a 6 to
I think
this
there's.
room
I think
right here.
it goes up to 11 or 12.
12.
Yeah, so that's only halfway, so that's okay.
And then I'm going to gather with an 8.
That's a little rougher, but that's okay, I think.
I'm going to have to fix that soon is what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So it's a trap.
Yes,
What
it
does that one
is.
do? Oh, it's not. It's no intel here. It's right here.
Yes, no intel. Okay. All right, so this is in our thing. So we
Oh, is it
turn it over. That's a pretty good letter too, in fact.
the B?
Yeah.
That reminds me, Stephen Wright. He's like, I had a furious argument with the dealer at the blackjack or the roulette table over what I considered to be an odd number.
Okay. The name of an object.
What is it? Well, I don't understand. It's so weird. Is that like?
We don't know what this is about. You want to read that rule now?
Well, I think we're gonna need some more.
It would be nice to know though if about that answer thing. I remember reading something about it.
I'm gonna give you 2 more cards.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, do it.
I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do. Is that okay?
Hold on, just give me a second here to find this.
Okay, so Jesse just confirmed that we only need to know this answer. The top thing is only going to help us, assist us to know what that answer
So
would be.
once we guess what this is, we could take
I
a
was
guess.
thinking it
at
looks
this.
like basement, but it's not.
No, it's not.
So it's B-A blank 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 M blank.
Yeah, what's after an M?
Yeah.
E. Yeah.
Right?
Ball game?
No, there's
L-
nowhere near enough letters for
Uh-huh.
that.
game something though. E-A-G.
Bag game.
Bad
Game.
game.
Bad game.
Bad game.
Bad game. Answer. I know you. I know your secrets. That's really. Is there a clue in the thing?
Bad game. Well, there is a story where she's hearing this thing.
Okay, set it down, please, so that it's flat, so we can see. Jen, so they can see. Jen, someone knows your friends will soon find out that you're a lying snake. You didn't see the creep out there, did you? No, there's no one there. Sister Tuesday, anyways. It's pronounced Tuez. I mean, is there any clue in here? Like, we're assuming it's bad game.
Yeah, I think it might be bad game and then the key, which is the name of this game we're playing. But this may be like it's something we hadn't considered. It's like here's a case where knowing these things might not tell you the answer, and you might just have to
it's
guess.
obviously not telling us the answer.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
well, this is the deductive part of it, right? But I mean, we have this other clue: was I know you, I know your secrets, nothing remains. Now, is Mr. Tuez on Halpon Street? Are those two are underlined? So maybe that's an anagram as well.
Yeah, I think that's not a bad guess at all.
18 Halpon Street. Halpon Street. Yeah, Halpon is a weird.
Yes, it is.
All right, let's figure this out, and then we're probably gonna step away from the camera for a minute. And
I like your idea that these are anagrams.
Because
like
they are
Halpon seems like we should be able to figure out what that is.
And Mr. Tuez is also underlined. So let's figure the rest of the play for another moment and figure that out.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna try to confirm.
It does feel like a little bit of a deadline thing, then, where it's like two completely different.
So
games
if we're right,
together.
that's an E, right?
I don't know. Did you consider my point first?
What?
I said, I'm just teasing, but that's my way of teasing Jesse.
What?
Just that, like I was saying that.
I heard the deadline thing you said.
Yeah, where it's two kinds of games. Like,
yeah, but this is much more enjoyable than the deadline game.
Well, that's true. But...
Okay, if we think this is an E,
then we don't need it.
We don't need it yet.
I mean, what else? It can't be
but
a T.
But this is much more likely. This we could guess. We'd figure this out. But these, we need more confirmation. So we need to find more.
Okay, so it's my turn.
Yep.
I'm going to twice do this. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do 2. Oh, wait, hold on.
This is tricky now because do we need low cards, high cards? Like I'm going to try to pump some of those lower, but I'll have all my cards.
I'm going to throw these 2 away for now.
Okay.
I'm going to reveal a trap that we don't have to care about anymore. And this symbol.
Which is not in our thing.
Okay, so that immediately goes away, right? And then I'm going to just do this again. Yes? Which is this, which is also not in there. And this, which is.
Oh, good. What do you got there?
Nope. I didn't gather it. I just revealed it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And that's the letter we want. That's good. Okay. Okay, so gather is what we're going to need to be doing. We've got low cards below this 8, so this might be a good time for me to do this. But I could also do this.
You have to move first.
I don't have to move.
Well, if you're going to gather things, you do.
No, I meant do this for someone else. Like I need to get this so someone can do a gather.
I can't. What can I say? Can I say?
You can say you got high cards, low cards.
I have high cards, Jesse.
Let me see what the run is. I actually could run and gather.
I mean, you could run here and gather. I mean, we've got most traps.
Or I could run here and gather.
Oh, that's true.
But that's a little scary.
Well, I mean, there's also this one, though.
But what are you going to do on your turn?
Now, I can't. First of all, I can't get into. It's way far away.
That's a good place for me to go. Then I'll go that way. But now, if I don't regroup, you can always regroup and clear a whole place. Yeah. So maybe this is good. This is like these areas. These are getting too high. They're going to have to be regrouped. So I'm going to move here.
You might as well go the full way. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Because then coming back, if you had to.
I think you're right. And then I'm going to gather with a 10. These are quickly becoming impossible to do. But if you've got a low card, now it's time to use it here.
And get rid of that, yeah. Okay, so you gather.
So I gathered
2. How do you have... Oh, yeah, 2 cards, yeah.
Okay, so this is not in it. And this is not in it.
And you've luckily placed those. Wait, what are you doing here? Is that really?
Is
It
that
doesn't
the
really
wrong
matter.
one?
It doesn't
It
matter.
is a little
anyways.
hard to remember which pile to go in.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay. That's it, right?
That's it. Now I draw 2 cards.
Can I hand them to you? Is that easier? Or
Mhm.
you can just go. You draw on the
I've got mix of low and high.
I was about to look at your hand because I thought you're like I have, and I was like, okay. So we know we need these 2. We only need 4 more. So actually, we should have thought about that. Wait, did you just get one now? No.
No.
So 2 of the 4 are right here. So maybe that was a mistake to send you into that corner.
To try to go. Well, it doesn't matter where I am.
I mean, I could just go and pick this up.
That's not a bad idea. That is one of the ones we really care about. So yes, I think we have to pick that up at some
So
point.
this is a run. Oh yeah, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna.
We think that each symbol, it seems to be only on one token, right? So like if that's there, we're not going to find that elsewhere.
I'm pretty sure that's the case, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna run,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to. So, well, what do you?
If you can gather, because I'll get rid of one of these with a regroup. I'll get rid of this gather with a regroup. I still got to do the run though.
So that's what's kind of crazy. Is because
Well, do
they're
you have a
both of
low
them.
card? Do you have a low
Okay.
card?
I have a low card, so you can see my dilemma is like, I could regroup, obviously since it's empty, but which of these is more important? Gathering around.
You have a low card, and you have a card that can go here.
I'm not telling you that. I can't tell you that.
You have a high card,
I don't have a high card.
so you can't gather.
So I guess I'm asking what's more important, gathering or running.
To regroup.
I know that, but I'm. Okay.
I know. Okay, for the
I'm going
regroup
to
purposes,
regroup.
it doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm gonna gather then. I'm gonna get rid of the gather. And what
That's
happens?
the
I
right
move these
answer.
off.
You just take them all off.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, now it's my turn.
Draw 2. The draw 2 card.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay,
essentially,
so-
right now, you need. My thing is, I think you just need to get down here, right? Or do you think it's worth collecting 2 out of there?
I think it's probably worth collecting 2 out of there.
But you have to move to do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
You could
This
use your
didn't
ability
quite-
and get rid of one of these, but that's still very high.
this didn't quite go as
I mean, look at this. If I pick this up, then my next move I can go 1, 2, 3, and I can pick that up, and that's 2 of the 4 we need. We're only missing 2, and then we're gonna pause the video and look at the anagram, right? If that's what it is, which I feel pretty good about.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my power to get rid of this,
What?
which also gets rid of that. Completely
Do you
wipes
think
that
that's
out.
worth it? Okay. Okay. Sure, that sounds fine.
Now we're back to.
That was your one move.
That was my first move,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm going to go. And we don't need that. Now I'm going to play a 1 here.
Okay.
To move. Or I could gather this thing I'm on right now, but we don't think that's worth it. Okay,
That's it.
that's it. Now 3 cards. We're almost recycling.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
All right.
Okay, so I mean, I'm gonna gather.
Mm-hmm.
It's not great. It's a 4,
Okay.
but I know I want to do it. So
Okay, that's not the worst.
that's 1.
Okay. So let's see what this. We think this is going to be a D.
Hold on a second.
It's
Actually,
not. It's the L, so it is ball. Oh, okay.
Bald man.
Bald M. We've only got one other thing here.
Whoa. Wow. So
It's going to be something.
I'm gonna use my second action. I have mid-level to high cards. Is it
Okay.
worth me running over here? This actually, I do think it is. If I run here, then I could either pick this up and reveal stuff from here.
Oh, that's pretty good. You've got nothing near you except for this.
Yeah.
It's interesting though. If every token is 1, so yeah, okay.
All right, I'm gonna play 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3,
Mhm.
and then I'm in a position to do this and this. Right.
Okay.
So now I'm
That's
done.
okay.
I'm
Mhm.
drawing 2. We're getting very close to the end of the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
So I've got some low, a lot of high.
Okay. All right, I'm doing this action to collect 2 from here.
No. And what is that thing?
This is the one that injures me.
Okay. What
Okay,
does
so
injury
this
do?
isn't in here. It's the gas.
I really think a good little reference card would be.
When revealed, each player in this room discards one random card from their hand. If able, they do not draw replacement cards until the end of their turn. So I lose one of these. That gets discarded. And now I continue my turn. I've still got an action, and I still will
Is this
refresh.
gone now?
That's a good question.
Anybody
Discard
know?
this
Yeah.
token, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I think I probably
1, 2, 3, 4. So
I think I probably gather, because we're not going to want to come back this way.
I mean, you've already left this room.
I know. Well, that might have been a mistake.
All right, let's just think of it. We've only got 3 symbols left. 2, actually, because I'll pick that up. I mean, could we figure it out? I mean, there are.
We've
quite a
got
bit of-
nothing else to do with our time than find those other symbols.
Here's my suggestion. End your turn. Let me reveal these, and pick this up.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right? Right? Because
Yes.
it doesn't matter.
I think that's right. It doesn't matter. Except, okay, before I do, I think that's what I'm going to do. Do you need me to regroup anywhere?
Oh, hold on a second. Let me look. So I'm gonna gather, right?
You're going to gather, right? You
And then I'm gonna get rid of any 2 cards. It's fine.
Okay. All right. Your turn.
Okay. So
I've got all high cards.
Okay. I'm gonna gather. Let's see that.
That's this one here. Oh, it's an I, not an E.
Maybe this is an anagram. That's an anagram.
Unscramble these letters.
Oh my God, we're so dumb.
That's what it is. These are the letters. We unscramble them to get this.
Like this message at the that's
Okay,
that's
that
hubris
makes a
right
lot
there.
Of sense. Okay, so
Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna do this action, right? I'm gonna take 2 cards to reveal this, okay, which is garbage, which is a bad trap, and this.
Nope.
Okay. So, and we don't resolve that because I'm using my Phil Johnson's special rule.
What? Why didn't you do 3? Why didn't you do your 3? You just did. Oh, you did.
1,
you
2,
did two- you
because I
did
can't. There's no third room.
Okay. Right.
Okay. So now here we go. 1, 2, and these things go in, right?
That's right, and they get shuffled.
All right. Now.
Until we draw. You draw
3.
cards one at a time. You can always stop. So until we draw 2 clocks, we don't. The game can't end on us.
Okay. So I'm gonna draw another one right now. So I think, but there's a 2 clock thing. So maybe we go ahead and pause our video here and try to see if we can unscramble this, or unscramble the maybe Mr. Tuez or Hal Pond Street. What do you think?
Yeah, we could do that. No, I've got high cards. Now this is not looking so bad anymore.
No, it's not actually.
When you're down to only a couple symbols, scouting out everything might make sense.
But I just don't want the game to do this sudden death here.
Right. Well, we can remember you don't have to draw cards. You don't have to fill up your hand. Everything is
Well,
optional
that's
now.
true. Okay, so this actually does create an interesting dynamic. Okay, so I am going to draw another card. Okay, so now I think, well, yeah, let's go. Well, I'll tell you what, let's go until we draw 1 clock and then we'll stop.
Okay. Now look, here's another reason to that your power sort of conflicts with this. Because look, choose a room and unveil 2 tokens, and you've made everything one room.
This is 2.
Yeah, we've got 1 room with 2.
But it could save us from having to walk all over there.
I think what I should do is I should regroup on the intel, so you can do intel. What do you think about that?
First of all, I'm going to burn 2 cards to look at those.
That's pretty good.
Now, the other thing is you could just be putting cards to pick up. Although that's an 8. Do you have high cards?
I have all 8 cards.
Why don't you just do this? And then when you regroup, you can do that.
2 tokens from your room. Yeah, that's pretty
I mean,
good.
it's this.
It's just 1. I think it's still worth it. I think it's worth it. I'm going to play this. Although, hold on. I know, I put my 11. But, so, it really makes me wonder, like, should I be picking up or should I be clearing this and revealing these 2 clues. That's
You're
not
in
that's
that,
no help.
You're
yeah,
in that room.
It's no help to
You're
reveal
in the
2.
room.
This is the only room I would ever be able to do
Mhm.
2 for.
Yeah.
All right, let me do this one. Gathering.
No.
No. All right, now I've got one more action. Or I
Okay,
could
so hold on a
stop
second.
here.
This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And how many of those are tokens and how many of them are...
We don't know.
I mean, this is a good action that I'm going to do to reveal these 2. It's too
Mhm.
bad I couldn't do 3, right?
And we don't
It
know.
might have been better, actually, in hindsight, for me to be here and check these 2 rooms and then move here and check these 2 rooms. That's a mistake, and that's on me. Does that make sense? If I'd
Yeah.
been here, I could have done those 2, and then here would have done those 2. But
Mhm.
now I'm out of luck. I think maybe... Do you stop?
I'm trying to think if I should clear that intel token so that we
Well,
can
how about this?
reveal
Why
the
don't,
rest
because
of
you
them
don't have to do
cheaply.
anything.
Uh-huh.
You can just stop, right?
Mhm.
It doesn't hurt us. And then if I go and reveal these, if
Yeah.
we need it,
Yeah,
then
I
it's
think
good,
that's
right?
So I'm going to stop, but I am going to draw
You don't
a
have to
card.
draw a card unless you want to.
I want to draw
I'm
a
just
card.
reminding you. I don't have no idea what's in your hands.
Okay, so I've got medium to high cards.
Okay. All right. So now it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
So should I throw away my low cards or my higher cards? I can do. All right. I'm gonna throw away this. What I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw away these 2. Or no, maybe. Yeah. I'm gonna throw away these 2, a 10 and 3, and I'm gonna reveal these 2.
No.
And this is a gas cloud that we don't have to worry about,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's even better. Now we have 2, 4, 6 left. Actually, I mean, I could move down here and then pick these up next turn. At this point,
I've got.
hold on.
Yeah.
If I move up here and check these 2, but you're in that area, but you could skip your whole turn.
I'm thinking that the most efficient way for us to find those is with this action. What if you used your 2 to regroup that intel?
Okay, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, now you might
Nothing
need to
happens.
draw some more cards, but do one at a time.
Oh, did you see it?
I saw it, but
Jeez.
that's just the nature of the beast.
Okay,
All right,
I'm
you
gonna
could draw.
draw
Keep
again.
drawing.
I think I'm going to stop drawing.
Okay. Now, do you have some?
I'm gonna draw again.
Okay.
I'm
Now,
just
do you-
thinking, like, if I'm gonna do my action, like
Now, do you have high cards? Any high
I've,
cards?
I've got some high, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna play this here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry I can't do
Here.
anything lower. Yeah. Okay, so that's one of our symbols.
That's a gas cloud. It goes away
Goes away.
because nobody's
Okay,
in there.
so you're gonna be able to go get that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you can go get it with the cards you have in these places?
So I need to move and gather.
Yep.
So the other thing is, I mean, essentially, you could just move and gather and move and gather.
Yeah. I'm just asking.
I-
You can move and gather on these cards.
I'm asking because
Oh.
I don't know if I should. I was trying to consider whether you should move down there and I should go here and reveal these 2.
It would take me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 runs, but I could do it.
I mean, I'm closer, but my point is 1, 2, 3,
Mhm.
reveal. So my turn, I could do that, right?
With the cards I have right now, I can intel for 3 turns, and reveal 3 of these things.
But then we have to move and pick them up. If
Yeah, but we won't have messed up
Now
with
I,
anything.
so that's 3 turns.
Right, I can.
If I go 1, 2, I cannot. But it would cost
and it would
me.
still be 3 cards.
It would be 3 cards. So I think that's pretty good.
And
Okay, so
I could
have you
stop
done
as soon as
anything?
I found something. I haven't done any, taken my turn yet.
Did you? No, you did this. Didn't you just?
Did I
this?
do this turn? Choose a
Yeah, you
token?
just did that. You did this, didn't you? I cleared
Oh
that
yes,
for you.
it's your.
I drew. You
Yes.
just did that. You did 1 action or 2?
Yes, I did 1 action, and now I'm asking you: if
I-
I don't play anything, can you move and get this?
All right, let me think.
If I don't,
Is
if
that-
I,
is that
if I
allowed
play
to
on
ask that?
intel, I think so.
I think so.
Wow.
I cannot move and gather that.
You cannot move and get that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's. Oh, look at that gather. Okay, so that's got to be fixed. That gather's got to be fixed. So I think what I'll do is well, that's tricky. I could either spend 2 cards to get rid of the gather and bring it
Or-
down to an 8.
And do the gather action, but that's not worth it. It's better to do a regroup because it's only 1 card.
Yes, I can regroup. I guess it doesn't really matter which one I do.
It does matter.
Here. No, I'm saying I can regroup by playing here, or I can regroup by going here.
But that's 2 cards,
That's
and
2
it's
cards.
allowing you to like gather, so it's kind of not as good.
It's not letting me gather. If I do this,
Yeah,
I could do this to regroup,
oh,
which would
I thought you
eliminate
meant gather and get rid
no.
of this
I
card.
could do this to get rid of this, trigger this, get rid of these cards for 2
Yeah,
cards.
but I don't think. It's
Or I
worth
could place something here to do it,
That
but
seems
then I
better.
would be ruining this spot, so we couldn't regroup again.
Well, but you can use your power to do that also.
Yes, I could. All right, well, let's try it. I'm going to play this
Wow.
here to regroup this,
Mhm.
gather.
Okay.
And then,
You're done. Are you gonna do
now
draw?
I'm done.
You gonna draw?
Yes,
How many?
one at a time.
How many
I'm
cards
gonna
you
draw again, 3. All right, still okay.
have? Okay. So I should move and pick that up, yeah?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna do this.
Especially since every turn could be our last.
And that's important. And gather to do that.
Okay, good. All right.
All right. We only have 1 symbol left. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Alamai. Surely we will be able
Looks
to
like
unscramble
alimony.
this.
No. Okay. Are we gonna keep playing?
Until we get 1 or cock, we might as well.
Okay. I'm gonna draw 1 card.
Mhm.
I'm gonna draw a 2nd card. Okay. It does make sense too, maybe like to consider like if we both have a full hand, etc. Okay, I have a lot of high cards.
Okay, I've got some some reasonable. So what I'd like to do is intel, but I'm a little scared of doing that.
Yeah, you said I can now here's actually another thing to consider.
Mhm.
You said I can intel, but you really can't necessarily do that because you can't just keep playing cards on the same thing.
Why not?
Well, because you I mean, this is a 7.
I know, but I mean,
You don't
I
have, like,
said
8,
I
9,
could
10,
do it
11.
because I had 3. Because I had 3 cards in sequence.
Oh,
to
really?
go on top
Oh,
of
wow.
that.
Okay. Okay, so it's kind of interesting because if you did 1, 2, 3, then we would know that the last one was.
Uh-huh. So I think what I'm going to
Let's just hope it's near you.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to
Hold on. Don't show me yet.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to point something out. If you were to point this out,
Mm-hmm.
then we would know that we have to come up here and just collect these. We could even, if we couldn't play on Intel, we could just gather them. Do we know how many of those there are actually? How many bad symbols? Do we know the mix?
We don't know, but we should calculate. But
We're going to write that down for the next game.
Mhm.
This is kind of compelling a little bit.
This
Because if we looked right now and we saw they're all bad,
Uh-huh.
then we would know,
Yeah.
like, who cares?
Yeah, I think it would be helpful to know.
I mean, at the moment, you've got 2. Okay, so probably...
It wouldn't be surprising if
Did
there
I
was
put
a
it
shoe and a folder,
Yeah, it looks quite likely.
but
A shoe and a
there
folder.
has to be there's 3.
We don't
of
know how many
these,
symbols.
So yeah, they
We don't know
can't
how
be
many
3 of everything. All right, but I think I know what to do.
I think you got to intel this for sure since it's so far away.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to regroup here
Wait, what? Why?
to regroup the intel. That's my
Okay.
first action. Then my second action is going to be to intel for 4.
Here?
Uh-huh. That's not on our thing.
Okay. So now we know we could gather.
And I now can do 2 more intels if we needed me to, but they're right next
No.
to us, so maybe we spend them.
No, I think now I just come up and grab and then you just grab.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay,
I think you maybe, can you hold?
so maybe I'm going to need to do...
Now I just want to point something out too. 1, 2, 3.
That's unfortunate.
So I can
I'm
get
1,
there.
2, 3. I'm 3 away.
Yeah, but you're close.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
you
yeah.
got to do that, right?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, that's a little bit tricky. Is it worth it just to
But
intel?
we could intel one. We could intel one of them.
I mean, it's just the thing is, I went 1, 2, 3. We already figured this out that that's too far to go to do Can we intel?
You could spend your time intelling.
Well,
and
but
then
if I could make it impossible.
I could pick them up.
Okay, I know exactly what I'm going to do.
I'm within space of all.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I have to figure out whether I'm going to pick up cards. I'm going to pick up one card. Okay, there's our one clock.
Okay, so how many do we need? 3?
3. So
Okay.
we can we can't pick up
We can't
another
pick up
card
another
safely.
Okay. Okay, so you're done?
I'm done.
Okay. So I'm going to, first of all, we have intel. We only have to intel twice.
To know. Yes.
Right. Okay. We have to intel up to 2 times.
Right.
And then moving and gathering. 1,
Right.
2, 3, or 1, 2.
They're
So
all
you move
within
and gather.
space, right?
So my question to you now is, can you run and gather?
If those numbers don't change, yes.
Okay. So clearly, I'm now going to intel for my first action.
They're all equally distant from me. That's Tharth's card.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'm done now. I'm gonna stop.
Uh-huh.
Now it's your turn.
And not
I'm
draw
not gonna
any
draw
cards. Okay. And I'm going to run 1 and gather.
Okay.
And
That
that
means-
turns this over.
Wow. Okay. So this is gonna fade to black. Come right back. And for seconds for you is gonna be 20 minutes for us.
While we figure this out. Now, if this was live stream, I'd just have to sit here in silence.
yeah,
But
not
we
even
can
live.
pause it.
All right.
All right, so we'll pause it. We're going to solve it and come back.
Do you wanna what?
Well, let's get
Let's get some web paper here.
Well, it's interesting that it's like a different puzzle now.
Mm-hmm. We maybe should go through our thoughts per game.
I think that's not a bad. That's a good idea. We should have done
Yeah,
it.
okay,
With
so
well,
let's-
this is fine. The first and
I'm gonna
second
do
mission.
one first
is a good-
game.
Blocks me, huh? It's an object.
Okay. So you're pretty good at these. What's the best way to do them?
Just stare for a while. I mean, the X is. What is it? It could
It's-
be multiple letters.
Whoa, I went through this whole path. B. What do you mean multiple letters?
I mean, it was saying something about how letters can be combined.
Wait, what?
I'll read what it says. It's weird. It says, some missions have a gray area on the
Yeah.
face of the card. For these missions, you only need to guess the information below the answer area. The answer may have multiple letters or numbers behind each window.
Oh, that just means like.
Yeah, but I guess it could mean that this could be longer than 1, 2, 3, 4,
I see.
5.
We don't
6.
care about
We
that.
don't care about
This is just to figure out
No. Okay,
the
so
enneagram.
mix. Mix would be a good little thing with the X. There aren't too many words with X in them. Box would be another one.
Yeah.
Box.
Mix or lab.
Yes. If it was box, then we'd have ALMI. Mailbox.
That's good, Jesse. I'm like about to try to. I'm like, okay, how do you solve anagrams
There
easily?
are,
And Jesse's
there are
like,
apps
"I've
that
solved
do it. There are apps that do it. But you got box, didn't you? Wasn't you who said
I
box?
said lab.
Okay. So I said mailbox. Okay,
Okay.
so it's mailbox. Surely it's mailbox, right?
Oh, what's
did
the
she talk
object?
about?
Oh, that's the object.
Yeah,
that's the answer.
object. That's the answer, yeah. It is going to be mailbox, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm just looking if there's anything
I was just
here.
wondering if these.
Yeah,
were
I
like,
think your idea was really good. Let's spend a little moment thinking about that.
There's no way I'm solving that. If that's the thing.
Well, Halpon is if all of them combine, that's going to be hard. If Halpon is its own thing, we could get that. But I don't know. That's a weird one. It's almost fun, but not.
Hey, Sarah.
Mr. 2S certainly does seem like a fake thing. There are apps that will do anagrams, but we don't want to do that. Right, Greg? We're
Correct.
agreed. We're not going to do any apps. What's going on there? Is that a cat?
Yes, Sarah can. With 7 letters, there are 120 possibilities.
Only 6 letters in Halpon.
At about a minute for each combination, that would take about 2 hours. Not an efficient pace for people. You can start with consonant patterns. Look at NAPE, ignoring vowels at first. Instead of 100 combinations, just 6. NTP, TNP, PNT. Then you can span those to 12 possibilities out of the vowel sequences.
So it's suggesting working without the vowels at first. Okay, I can see that. That's pretty smart.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So,
HLPN would be our Halpon if it was just that one word. I think you might be right though. It might be all of those letters combined.
HP. H. N. L. P. Hanlop. I mean, like, I actually wouldn't mind using one of those things just because, like, well, this is just like grunt work to figure out, like, to unscramble the thing. Like the idea of like,
Well,
hey,
it's not grunt work.
well, hold
I
on,
wouldn't call it
I'll
grunt
make a pitch.
work.
Like me just making a list of like all the possible things, right? It's just it's like my friend of mine at work was saying,
Yes.
like, it's like there's this brute force thing of like that, like a robot did in this movie where he's just like 1 1 1 1 1 2 1 1 1 1 3 1 1 3, and that's just brute force, which is your power, by the way, brute force, right? To figure that out, right? It was intuition that told me, hey, those are underlined, maybe they're. I mean, surely the answer is just mailbox at this.
This one is mailbox. Yeah, that's the reason why not to brute force it, because we're not
it's
supposed to
related.
figure it out now. Later, we'll know some clues.
Well, do you think that's the case?
Yeah, I think it is the case.
Okay, let's just continue with the.
And when we finish this mission, let's look at our statistics.
I like it.
Okay, ready?
Okay, well, we're back, and I've figured out the answer with the help of Jesse. I mean, you did help, Jesse, surely.
Yes, I did help.
So we've come up with mailbox. I say we now. As a
So, yeah.
team effort.
We think it's mailbox.
This was what happened. I said, lab, maybe a lab, something. And then I was like, let me look up how to solve anagrams. You know, so I'm like typing in how to solve anagrams, and Jesse's like, it's mailbox.
All right,
So
well, you
here we
win
go.
some, you lose some. Okay, so now we're going to see if it's really mailbox.
Looking good.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Good. That's kind of cool.
Mailbox. Very cool. Okay. So we have succeeded. It was nice that it was a different kind of puzzle than the previous one.
Interesting. Look at this stuff.
All right.
This
so,
is our assortment. We
yes,
want to know that going
and
forward.
it's always going to be this way. There's only one walk block, one intel block, 3 cameras, 3 gases. So these are the ones that make you discard cards. They're not that bad. These are more painful.
Three cameras.
3 gas, 2 intel blocks, 1 run block, and 1 gather block.
Interesting.
And then this is useful too. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 different symbols. Can you write that down? It might be helpful. 20 different symbols, and for later we're going to need to know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them have blue semicircles.
Oh, jeez. Are you having fun watching our bookkeeping? Let us know below. 5 red and 5 blue?
5 blue and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 orange stars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, good.
So that was chapter 2. Let's read the end thing, and then let's talk a little bit about what we think so far. Okay, so page 19.
Oh, I wish I'd seen how far we were from death.
Oh, yeah. All right, here's page 19. Your guy's the one who's leading all these conversations.
Whoa, it looks like the previous owner left us a code to crack. That's so neat.
What do you think it means?
Win or lose, don't forget to gain any secret cards listed on the mission card, in this case, Secret A.
So we pull this out,
Oh, yeah.
and it says, oh, look at that. It's hidden a little bit. Secret A.
Really? Hold on.
I love how he's holding up this card we have. Okay. He's holding it up.
Go ahead.
I wonder.
Hmm.
She's hearing voices. Genie, this distraction won't make them forget your secret.
This is cool and all, but I keep thinking about that note from the door.
Told you, don't get too comfortable, Jenny.
Oh yeah, and why did that creepazoid leave an address?
Creepazoid is right. Let's go there and kick the door in.
Can't wait until tomorrow. It's getting late.
Yeah, okay. We can check it out after school.
End of chapter.
So this one's schizophrenic.
She's like possessed by the game. Okay. Basics of encryption substitution
That's
cipher.
what it is, a substitution cipher.
In a substitution cipher, each letter represents a different letter in the alphabet. The simplest substitution code is called blank. The pattern in this code is extremely easy to crack because it is simply the blank. Decipher this.
Okay, so B goes to Y, D goes to W, E goes to V. W, X, right? Okay, so it's not...
Again, we're going to fade to black, figure this out, and come right back.
Okay. Substitution cipher. Everything has its own letter. The simplest substitution cipher is called blank. I don't know. I used to know, maybe. Okay. Well...
B is Y.
B is Y.
There aren't any B's in that.
D goes to W. W, X, Y.
Oh, this is going like backwards or something.
Yes, it is. That's exactly what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
You got it exactly right.
Okay, so make... Oh, by the way, hold on. Let's make ourselves... No. Get a piece of paper. This is actually kind of fun. Do you know what I'm going to do?
Are you going to cut it up or something?
Yeah, we're going to...
idea. I'll just make a printout that says A through Z, and then we can write in...
So
we can
you'll
make different printouts.
You'll do two. We'll cut the page and then put it so we can slide it. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
I think so. You're saying...
So look,
you're making something for this specific...
If you have... If you have... Look. If you've got letters going this way and another page with letters going that way, and you put them next to each other like this, you know, you could slide it around.
Just one under the other.
Yeah. Well, actually, you don't even need to do that. You could just put one under the other.
Yeah. There's no sliding either.
But we might want it to do that. Are you just writing on the alphabet?
Yeah, I'm just writing.
That's kind of neat. Okay, I'm getting a little warmer.
It sounds like we're going to be seeing more of these substitution ciphers.
Game Boy Geek did not like this one.
Really? I read some negative thing about someone saying like we had trouble solving the puzzles, so that was very frustrating for us. But I don't know what that means there. So I was just thinking,
little bit like an escape room game.
Mhm.
Sorry, I left when you started saying something, but it already left. So I thought. Might as well.
What was I saying? I don't remember now.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Do you want to just read this? I just thought we'll use this every time we have a substitution cipher. We'll print this out and then we can write underneath it stuff.
Okay.
So if you read this to me, I'll
like
decode
that we
it.
made a tool.
Yeah, we did make a tool.
Kind of cool.
Okay, if you read this out to me, I'll decipher it.
Okay, don't write it on this. Write it on something else.
Well, this is just for this cipher. But I
you
can
were
write
like
on something
determined
else.
to waste as much paper as
Yeah.
possible.
Okay, so now, but we might try that too. But it's which way do you think we're going?
H.
H. Okay. You want me to write a different
I-
paper? Hold on. Okay. 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 H is S. Yeah. Next.
V.
Okay, that's an E.
X.
X is a C.
I.
I is an R.
V.
V, you say? Oh,
Mhm.
V is an E. Oh, it goes to both directions. V goes to E, and V goes to E, both directions. Okay. Now, what's next letter?
First of all, we
It's
can
going to
save
be a
time.
G, right?
It's a G, yeah. it's a G,
Secret.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the next one is going to be. So we should have put the little dashes because we're wasting time. V. We're doing another V.
Okay. Right.
Then we got an R.
Okay. I.
T.
G.
S.
S is H.
G.
G is T.
Okay. V is going to be E's probably.
Uh-huh.
And then M is an N probably.
N.
Secret 18.
18. What, are we missing an E?
Hmm?
We're missing an E. We had two E's.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
E.
V. I see. Okay.
I said E.
Sorry.
What was it, 18?
Wait.
Let's do
hold
this
on.
on camera.
Yeah. Let's come back.
Ready?
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay. So we're back. We have a substitution cipher here. Greg noticed that it was sort of the reverse alphabet. A goes to Z.
Okay, if you can see that
Uh-huh.
here.
So,
So we actually printed this out. I was thinking we'd make a tool that we can slide.
Mhm.
We don't need to for this, but we may need to use it later.
but it won't slide later. So this is just our
We
general.
might slide it.
Okay, you're right. It might.
But it's kind of cool that we made this little tool.
Mhm.
And, I mean, just tool loosely.
Yeah.
And so we just deciphered this, which was to follow our little code here,
Secret
Secret
18.
18, which I've drawn here.
Okay.
So we're going to take a look at that now. Encryption tip number 1. Sometimes the best way to hide a code is to bury it in plain sight. If the text is not obviously a code, most observers will not even think of deciphering it. He's looking for the trio. Okay, so clearly this is our next thing. Sorry.
Mhm.
Right? So M.
Okay, let's give it a try.
Do you want me to do part of this? So
No, you can read it to me. I'll do it.
I'm going to do this again.
Okay.
This is going to require some
Okay,
editing.
M.
M. I.
Yep.
S.
Yep.
T.
Yep.
E.
Okay, this is nothing. Look. That's not that.
Is it the same either way, though, huh?
Yeah, it is. Like the N goes to M, and N goes to M both directions.
Okay, then let's try.
I'm trying
Okay,
to
first of all,
stick
it's Mr. Okay, then let's try.
to it. He's looking for the trio.
All right, let's just finish this because what if we have to just do a cipher for it or something? We have to or unscramble anagram. So we've started it. Let's just finish it.
M-I-S-T-E. Okay, R goes
R.
to I.
T.
There's a new word. Tell me when
Space.
there's a new word. Yeah.
T.
T goes to G.
U.
U goes to F.
E.
E goes to V.
Z.
Z goes to A.
Okay, and then the next thing is Halpon.
Okay. H goes to S.
A.
A goes to Z.
L.
L goes to O.
P.
Goes to K.
O.
Goes to L.
N.
N
M.
goes to M.
Okay. So we don't think that that's anything.
This is Mr. Tuez.
And then that's
Halpon.
Halpon.
In case we need it later.
Okay, ready?
Okay. He's looking for the trio.
Okay, ready? Okay, so we're back again
It's like
after
a Doctor Strange thing. They're gonna when this gets left in by mistake, they'd be like, "What is going on?" It's like you're summoning the other dimension.
So we just decided that Mr. 2 as Halpon was probably
Something.
he's looking for the trio, so we should do the encryption. But this cipher is not is made gobbledygook.
Can we try trio? He's looking for the
Okay.
trio. So trio
G
is G
I
I.
R
It's gonna be an L.
L.
Yeah. Okay. So that is something. He's looking for the girl. He's looking for that crazy schizophrenic girl. Is what he's looking for.
Interesting. Okay, so we've got these secrets to go right now.
I'm gonna make a little note here that this was secret. What did we decode?
Number
what number?
1. Number 1.
No, it's not. It's secret
Sorry,
number 18.
secret 18. It's encryption code number 1, or encryption tip number 1. Okay, so we'll hang on to these. I'll put them in our little tableau here.
Yeah. Are those all the secrets so far? Or
far.
did I steal one? Okay.
That's it.
All right. Let's spend a minute talking about
Briefly, so we can play the next one.
the game. Oh, that's a good sign. That tells you
we
something,
can
right?
probably get one more in before it's too late.
So before we started playing this game, we had lots of trepidation. Like this looked bad.
Looked like it was going to be something.
First game, there were some arguments. It really started looking bad. There was some yelling. There was some hectoring, you might say. Okay, but then we relaxed a little. We said, okay, let's take a breath. Let's try to enjoy this and just play it a little bit more. And it was this puzzly part that turned out. And actually, this is interesting. There's some interesting decisions here.
Well, you'll have to watch our review, and we're going to do a little. When we do our review, we're going to do like a spoiler part where we're just going to say our emotions for each of the levels. I think.
Little chart.
Just a couple.
Well, what did you think of it? The first two missions.
I'm intrigued, but
You're
I don't want to
warmed
review
up.
it right now. I think we keep going. Let's do one more, and you know.
I thought you said let's give our thoughts.
Did I say that?
You did. You said we
I
should
could
give our
have, but
thoughts
now I'm
at the
thinking
end
we
of
go
it.
ahead.
Okay.
You always like to say I changed my mind.
Yes, you do. It's frequently after I agree.
Thanks for
then
joining
it
us.
swaps. All right, you ready
See
to?
you on the next.
Okay, so we need these
seconds
all
from
back
now.
over. Seconds from now.
Put your hand up, Justin.
Oh yeah, we gotta end.